President Trump in California this hour for some fundraisers, but Iran still fresh on his mind in the possible meeting with Iran's president. Welcome, everyone. I'm Charles Payne in for Neil Cavuto, and this is Your World. Secretary of State Pompeo is heading to Saudi Arabia today, as the White House says evidence clearly points to Iran as a likely culprit in a drone attack on Saudi oil facilities. Iran continues to deny it. Oil prices, which surged 15% after the attack yesterday, dropping more than 5% today. The big question now is how should the United States respond? Kentucky Senator Rand Paul on that in just a moment. But first, John Roberts at the White House with the very latest. John.
Charles, good afternoon to you. One of the reasons why those oil prices are coming down is because the Saudi oil minister today said that 50% of the production that was taken offline by the attacks has been restored, and the oil facilities will be back up to full production by the end of this month. And already export levels are already back to where they were prior to the attack. Now, the U.S. and Saudi teams are on the ground at the two oil-producing facilities collecting pieces of the missiles that were involved in the attack. U.S. officials tell Fox News there is high confidence that the cruise missiles and drones were launched from southwest Iran and not Yemen, as Iran has claimed. President Trump still has not definitively declared that Iran was behind the attacks. But speaking at the Heritage Foundation this morning, the Vice President, Mike Pence, mirroring the president's tough talk over the weekend. Listen here.
As the president said, we don't want war with anybody. But the United States is prepared. We're locked and loaded. And we're ready to defend our interests and our allies in the region. Make no mistake about it.
As you said at the top, Charles, the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will be in Saudi Arabia tomorrow for discussions with Saudi officials. They will likely go over the evidence that has been collected at the oil facilities and determine what steps will come next. President Trump yesterday suggested that any military action would be proportional, likely targeting a similar Iranian oil facility. Iran has been warning about any attacks, saying that there are several U.S. military bases that are within range of their intermediate range missiles. That would be to a range of about 1,300 miles. President Trump still has not ruled out meeting with the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani next week at the United Nations General Assembly in New York, though it does appear unlikely aboard Air Force One. Speaking with the press pool, the president said, "I never rule anything out, but I prefer not meeting him." Charles?
John Roberts, thank you very much. So when